It's time to raise the roof for our latest regular season episode. And this episode is our first episode with having 10,000 Twitter followers. I understand it's not a lot, but like we've been grinding at this for like 6 years now. So it's pretty freaking cool.
Big milestone, Alex.
It's,
That's
I can't believe it.
how many digits is that now? Is that five?
Yeah, 5-digit number,
Five
baby.
digit number, baby.
The
Yeah,
road
let's
to
go.
100K begins today.
Yeah,
But yeah, I
pretty
mean,
pretty impressive. Great job. Good job, Alex.
hey, this is
It's
this
all
is
of
for all
us.
of us. No, it's not me.
It's
No,
all of
it's
us.
yeah, this is I mean, it's insane. Thank you guys so much for all the support there. But you guys already heard. I'm your host, Alex Murphy. With me today, my co-host Gibby. Gibby, I think you have a lot on your mind from this weekend, so feel free to let it go because I know there's been a bunch of things happening in the sports universe, not just Tampa Bay related.
Yeah, I mean, it's been first of all, I've had a terrible week. I mean, we haven't really done like a proper podcast in a minute because I've been a little under the weather with some laryngitis. So it's really taken out the top range of my voice. So I might sound a little deeper right now than I typically do, but uh yeah, it's been a hectic sports weekend. I mean, it was hard for me to watch really anything because WrestleMania was on and I'm a huge sports entertainment fan, a huge pro wrestling fan. So uh I've been loving I didn't like night one so much, but night two definitely revived it for me. I won't go into too much of that. I think a
I was
little.
gonna say I heard night one was dog water, but I didn't hear
Night
much
one
about night
was
two.
dog water.
Yeah.
Uh, Compared to night, especially after I watched night two, I'm just like, yeah, I don't know what they were thinking with night one, but I feel like people are a little bit tired of their sports of pro wrestling kind of making its way into every single avenue of just sports media in general,
That's
just
true.
ESPN wise. But uh, yeah, it was a great second day. I loved that so much. The Lightning played yesterday. They lost in overtime. Uh, that was
Hmm.
not ideal. The Orlando Magic won against the Detroit Pistons. It kind of, I mean, kind of hurts because I like both those teams. So it's kind of hard for me. But I guess go Magic. Uh, yeah, I mean, there was so many sports going on. I mean, NBA playoffs just started, NHL just started. I mean, so it was so hectic to keep up with everything while I was trying to simultaneously pay attention to every second of WrestleMania. So, yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I've been, Alex. I mean, it's been crazy sports weekend.
It's been
Crazy.
chaotic. It's been chaotic. I mean, I don't really care about what the Sixers do. I'm not gonna lie. Like they're gonna get
76ers,
they're gonna get walked by the
the
it's not gonna be
67ers.
yeah, it's not gonna be pretty. They're gonna get destroyed by the Celtics. So they already got destroyed in game one. Flyers won game one, so I'm pretty happy about that. They're playing game
That
two tonight.
is, yeah.
For you guys, I know none of you guys really care about that stuff. You guys are more worried about what happened with the Bolts game. I was disappointed by how they played in the end. Too many penalties, it just hurt them. Um, I know
Yeah.
Montreal is a good team, but I'm almost positive that Tampa Bay is a better team, and they just didn't show it. But
No.
I mean, you got to bounce back in game two. If you couldn't get game one, you got to bounce back in game two. Um, but yeah, plenty of stuff going on in the sports realm, especially the Rays. The Rays just finished up their latest road trip. They had a 6-game series against the Chicago White Sox, and then, or sorry, 6-game road trip, 3 games against the White Sox, 3 games against the Pirates. The Rays sweep the White Sox after sweeping the Yankees. So a 6-game winning streak there. Lose the first game against the Pirates, come back and win on Saturday in a wild 13 inning
13
marathon of a
inning.
game in the rain and everything, all the elements, and then completely shit the bed on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean that Saturday game that had me confused because I was watching that game at three different points in the day when I felt like it should have already been over because I had to go do random stuff, and then all of a sudden it's like they're still going. Like I'm trying to watch wrestling, it's like the Rays are still playing, and it's like what, 9 p.m.s or something. It was insane. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was a
Uh,
lot. There was a lot going on with that. But as I mentioned, the Rays lost 2 out of 3 to the Pirates. I'm sure we'll get into more detail about that Pirate series. Quickly on the Chandler Simpson play that everyone got pissed off about.
oh
I
my
understand
God.
that and also like way too many people liked our tweet about it. Like we got way too many interactions with that, which I didn't expect. I still, by textbook rule, it was interference. Like by the rule of the textbook, the runner got in the way of the fielder, even though the fielder literally drifted like 6 feet off the bag to hit the runner, and I don't think that that was intentional by any means from the extent of Konnor Griffin, because that's a normal thing to do for a fielder after you're trying to avoid a play. Usually the guy is going right into second base, so he's not going outside of second base, which is what Chandler Simpson was doing, was trying to avoid things completely. So literally both guys were trying to do the exact same thing and then collided, which was Griffin trying to avoid Chandler and Chandler trying to avoid Griffin. So then Chandler slid 7 feet away from the bag, and then Griffin drifted into him and hit him. So again, by textbook rule, because there was a collision, and by how things stood, it was an interference call. Obviously, it didn't matter at the end of the game because the Rays ended up winning. Shout out to Cedric Mullins on the 2-run homer. Nearly blew it in the bottom of the 13th, but the Rays were able to hold tough. But I mean, like it wasn't like people were saying that it was a dirty play from Chandler. And I'm
It
like, why else would he
Pirates
have
fans were
slid that
going
far away?
insane. Dude, I was watching the Pirates broadcast and they were like, "Oh, you gotta do whatever you gotta do to win the game." Like, oh my God, shut up. Shut up. You guys, you, you haven't done like why? He wouldn't do that in that context. And to think it's like some sort of intention, just like even when you're just watching the game, it's your instant reaction. I know that's part of the, play by play, what you have to do, but it was just too intense. Like Dwayne and BA would never do that shit. Not even to an opposing player. Like they're usually pretty neutral until like something good happens for the Rays. That's kind of like their cake. I mean, they always compliment the other team. And like these Pirates guys, they're just like laying into Chandler for like when he's obviously 6 feet off the bag trying to avoid him. I understand, there's going to be an interference call there probably just because they ended up clashing. So yeah, I mean, but it was horrible. I mean, that was probably the reaction that got most people going because in Pittsburgh going because when you hear the play-by-play, you're gonna agree with them, and but
Yeah.
that just wasn't the case. That wasn't the right read on the situation at all. It
No,
was
I think, I
clearly a
mean,
two-way mistake. There's two people. Chandler made a mistake, and dang, are they both? No, yeah, and
yeah,
Connor Griffin made a mistake there, dude.
no, I agree. I think that I think that people read it completely wrong. Um, it's one of those things like I've seen plenty of horrible, like in a general sense, I think that's something where Major League Baseball needs to consider changing the rule in that sort of an aspect because like again, it's a rule by the book, but in that sort of scenario, like Chandler is not intentionally trying to do it. If he was intentionally trying to do it, then he would have done it as such. That was not a hard slide. That was him completely avoiding the bag, trying to get down and get away. Like when a guy slides, unless they're sliding like right on the bag, they are doing what they can to get the hell out of the way of a throw, because they don't want to get clocked in the head, they don't want to get clocked in the back, whatever it might be on the throw. So Chandler was trying to do whatever he could to prevent that from happening. Obviously, of
Yeah,
course,
and
that
he's
didn't
too
happen.
fast, so he's gonna fucking go outside, even though he already,
Yeah, I didn't like.
that rule is for people fucking trying to cleat
Yeah,
the second
that
base.
rule is designed for people that are trying to be malicious or people with malicious intent, people that are trying to be dirty. This was not one of those scenarios, and I think a lot of people misconstrued it as such, which is a fault on those people because, as you could clearly see, Chandler was not trying to do. If Chandler was trying to do that, then he would have went straight into the bag hard. But he was trying to avoid it, and at the same token, at the same time, Konnor was also doing the same. Like they had the exact same idea of trying to avoid each other and create a best case scenario, and they created a worst case scenario. I'm not going to put that on either player. Like that's not Connor's fault because that's as a shortstop, that is what you are supposed to do. You are supposed to try to avoid the bag and get there, or try to avoid the runner and get there. I'm also not going to put Chandler at fault because it's not Chandler. Like he was trying to avoid the situation. I am going to put the fans at fault, people who thought that Chandler should be thrown at and things like that, because y'all are dumbasses. Like and so I have never understood the whole retaliatory thing of throwing at someone. Hey, we'll take a free base. Who gives a shit? Like I don't understand what what you get out of that outside of just giving up a base to someone. Like we will take unless the guy gets like clocked in the head, which like if you're trying to headhunt someone, then you should be thrown out and suspended multiple games. Um, but like if they're gonna hit you, take the dude, take the pitch and go on base. I don't understand this whole thing of like retaliatory stuff. Like it doesn't. The only thing it does is hurt the team that's throwing at the guy. I like the whole thing. The whole this whole scenario is I felt was so overblown. I do think on my side of things, umpires were not wrong about it. Still a really bad look on Connor Griffin though, because I mean he went. It looks like he's intentionally trying to, um, get contact. Like he's trying to, um, bring contact into him. Like he was going into it. Um, but yeah, I like in the grand scheme of things, it didn't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank God it
Which
didn't
is
matter.
good
Thank God it didn't matter because
because
Cedric Mullins
yeah,
said hell no.
we'd be way more mad right now.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, yeah. Thank God Cedric Mullins had a home run there because that would have been a nightmare if that didn't happen.
Cedric Mullins.
Ray's pitching looked really solid for most of the road trip. Bullpen looked pretty solid. We had some good moments from Griffin Jacks and from Kevin Kelly and from Brian Baker. A number of guys stepped up. In the same vein, though, like Jax got tagged on a homer from O'Neill Cruz. Mason Englert struggled yesterday mightily after who am I blanking on? Who the hell pitched yesterday? After
Chandler.
Shane got into some trouble in the fifth inning. Shane is still. I still think that Shane, in the grand scheme of things, is fine. He's got a lot of stuff to work on, though. Like this
Yeah.
is what happens when you haven't pitched for 2 years. Like
Yeah. Yeah, you can tell he's still building up. I mean, things are coming back. Uh it's just we gotta wait for that fastball to be just right in tune, and that's gonna take a minute. So yeah, he's been working on a lot of the off speed stuff has been working, but when it gets to that fourth inning, I feel like it can start to unwind for him because he can't go to old reliable fastball most of the time. So yeah, I'm not too concerned for Shane. I think it'll come around. I think you're right. I think it will come around with Shane. I'm willing to be patient. Because I've already been patient. I've already waited. So the fact that he's just back, that's the best part of Shane being here. But
no,
I think he will slowly progress as the season goes on.
that I do agree with. I do agree with you on that. I did want to get your thoughts on, just like in a general sense, your thoughts on the road trip. I mean, how do you think that the Rays fared overall?
I mean, it was great going in. I mean, Alex, you were right with us. I mean, like we didn't we usually don't do good in Chicago in what's their field called? Guaranteed rate something.
It's just called
No,
Rate Field now.
rate field. Okay. Uh, yeah. I mean, it's a hard ballpark for us. I mean, we've struggled mightily there. I mean, we got swept by the White Sox when they were the worst team of all time. Uh, like what was that 2 years ago? Uh, So I just never feel really good going there. And then we had, Schultz come up. I mean, I said, I don't know why I said reincarnation of Randy Johnson on my tweet, but Randy Johnson's not dead, so I guess you can't say reincarnation. So that was, just the next Randy Johnson, was coming up, and then they bunted him to death, and then it was just it was a great series. I mean, they blew the White Sox out of the water. The offense was popping. The bullpen looked really good. Kevin Kelly, I gotta apologize for all of last season on this podcast. Even though you were not as good last, uh, and it was painful to watch sometimes. Now you're just killing it. So good good job to him. I mean, I feel like he was one of the MVPs of that series, uh, for sure. I mean, just the way I was so confident in him the whole time. I don't know, it was crazy, but yeah, they swept the White Sox. I mean, I was so happy. I can barely remember things that happened in that game, but I was just happy that we swept. And I mean, it was a great series. But Pittsburgh, I don't feel too bad about the Pittsburgh series. You know, they have a long fight game Saturday. That didn't do us any favors for the bullpen on Sunday. Uh, so and I mean Sunday was still a winnable game for a little bit of it, until Shane got kind of blown up there. Well, I guess Shane didn't get really blown up. They kind of took Shane out, and then he got the earned runs off of Mason. Uh, but yeah, I mean, still Shane's guys. But yeah, I mean, just impress. I'm okay with this road series. I mean, 4-6, that's okay.
I was hoping that, I mean, in the what I would have liked is them winning 2 out of 3 against the Sox and then them winning 2 out of 3 against the Pirates.
True.
It would have been the same scenario at the end of the day. I do think that the Rays were a better team than the Pirates, and they just didn't show it. I think that there were a lot of preventable mistakes that were made that just kind of killed them. But also, kudos to the Pirates. The Pirates are a much better team than I thought. The pitching is really, really solid. I mean, having Skeens, Bubba Chandler, and Mitch Keller go this weekend. I mean, those are three really good starters. Skeens, of course, being a Cy Young winner. Honestly, the reason why the Rays won that game on Saturday probably comes down to the rain delay because Skeens was throwing a gem at that point, then doesn't come back after only throwing 4 innings. So the Pirates were forced to go to their bullpen after being
Yeah.
up. I believe it was 4-0 early on. So in a normal game, Skeens shoves the Pirates win and they sweep the series. The Rays benefit from the rain delay in that regard, and then
Could
end
have
up winning the
used a
game.
trop, huh? Nice bridge, but maybe roof next time. Ha! You get to keep
Failure.
your starter in a little longer.
Broads. Nah. PNC Park is so much nicer than the Trop.
No, it's so good. It's so nice. I love that park so much.
I went there. See,
Backdrop.
I've
Uh,
only been there once, and I was there when I was back in high school. Um, But when I went there, I mean, this was 2014 we're talking about. So I'm sure that things have changed in the 12 years since that point. I'm sure that they've added in new things. But when I went there, I mean, it was a beautiful ballpark. The sight lines are exactly the same. The Roberto Clemente Bridge is beautiful. The rotunda, I think, out in left field, that is really cool. I think that's a really, really underrated part of the entire experience.
oh yeah, Ryan Bass just
Yeah, Ryan. Yeah, Ryan
running
was
down
trying
there.
out for the NFL draft as he
Yeah,
was
dude,
running
that
down the rotunda. He was like, "Oh, I
that
forgot it's
40 yard
in Pittsburgh
time.
this year."
That 40 yard time was crazy.
Dude, he was going, man. He was trying to fit. He was trying to what's it called? He's trying to get he was trying to put up against Usain Bolt, trying to put him on notice. And with the jacket on too, with the
Yeah,
Letterman jacket, the bomber
and he
jacket.
did Brett Phillips
Yeah,
celebration
dude,
as well.
he was huffing and puffing on his way. I appreciate
God,
it.
I love all his antics. It's
I
been
was a
it's so
baller.
good.
That was a baller moment. So if we look at this last three series stretch for the Rays, sweep against the Yankees, sweep against the White Sox, lose 2 out of 3 to the Pirates. That's a 7-2 stretch over that point. And I do quick thoughts on the Yankees series. The crowds were great, even though they were mostly, it seemed like it was pretty Yankee dominant, Yankee heavy. The crowds were great all weekend. The Rays came to play. Uh, they shut down the majority of Yankees' really good hitters. Aaron Judge didn't do anything until literally the ninth inning of the last game in the series. So yeah, the Rays showed up and showed that the Trop is still a house of horrors for the Yankees. So
Yeah,
very enjoyable.
I mean, horrible defense from the Yankees the entire. I mean, I thought,
Jazz Chisholm sucks,
I
dude.
thought the way we started that series that we were going to have more of the same horrible defense we had been having, but actually from that Chandler Simpson mess up, like the one in the first inning of the first game, uh, after that, the defense basically has been pretty solid ever since. I mean, it was like a switch flipped, and they were like, "Nah, we're not. This ain't gonna be like Steinbrenner last year." I mean, if you were there at a Steinbrenner game last year, it was way more Yankee heavy than the Trop usually is. Uh, Even though it's still Yankee heavy at the Trop, I will say. But you still hear, you still see the Rays fans. You didn't have that feeling at Steinbrenner. I mean, it was a little quiet for the Rays every time we played them. But I mean, yeah, the the switch flipped or something because the defense was solid from that point on. I mean, we'd have small balled them to death basically, and it was glorious to watch.
Oh, the bunting, so much bunt. I mean, the execution on the bunts recently
Yeah,
for the Rays, they should do that more often. I understand that Chandler's having a little bit of a slump right now, and maybe that's because of the fact that he's not used to hitting leadoff, but the Rays should utilize their speed to their advantage as much as possible. If they have guys that can run, lay down a bunt, do a hit and run. Um, you know, play base to base baseball. You don't
yeah.
have to hit a homer. Just find ways to produce and get guys on base. And if
I
they
like
can do that, I think they'll be really good.
I like that they're not doing it too much. I like that they have it in the back pocket. I feel like the last few games they haven't been trying to small
Yeah,
ball as
yeah.
much, but they always have it in case they need it because when people are really locked in the playoffs, the small ball it's kind of you know it'll be a little different because everyone's going to be warmed up whole 162 games. It's like, yeah, I've seen the bunting. We watch films sometimes, uh, but yeah, it's good to just have that when you need to win games. And I mean, they applied that pressure just consistently to the Yankees, and I mean the Yankees look devastated because they had already come off a bad series against Miami, and then they had to go back to their old enemy, the Trop. I mean, the Trop really is enemy of the Yankees. I don't know what happens in that building that makes them, lose their powers like it's the Space Jam movie or whatever. Uh, but yeah, I mean, that building just does something different to the Yankees. And I mean, being at Steinbrenner so much last year and going to so many Yankees games than I did before, it's night and day. A Yankees game at Steinbrenner Field that's supposed to be a Rays game, but really is another Yankees home game. And the Trop, where it's still a lot of Yankees fans, still majority. I will say, it's still majority Yankees fans, but the Rays fans do show up and they do get loud. And I mean, the team just uses that too. When they see all those Yankees fans, they use that, and it was special. And I mean, Jazz Chisholm, I don't know what you were doing that one play, but I actually don't blame you because fucking whoever was right in front of you kind of messed it up for you. Trying to get that ball. I think, but still.
Still fraud.
Oh, don't say I don't know the rules, Ash.
That's a bad look. Like, I
That
understand that like we can get things misconstrued on our end. But also we're not Major League Baseball
true,
players who are trying to make $35 million a year and guys that just went in the 30-30 club and guys that are trying to go on a World Series run. Like
true.
Jazz Chisholm should know the rules of baseball.
Yeah, but also I don't like how the Yankees fans were saying he should have thrown it home. No, dude, it was that run was already. If he tried to throw it home, it was over. At least in my opinion, I think the only play he had was the tag and throw it first, but it, he just fumbled it at that moment, so wasn't gonna work. So they small dog balled him to death. The Yankee series was great. Uh, I knew exactly when Aaron Judge was hitting his home run. Speaking of Aaron Judge, I mean, I'll show this, Alex. I did open one pack of $10 baseball cards, and we got the Aaron Judge, and it's a 32 out of 50 patch. So it's not too bad, No auto.
That's
I
a
would have done
valuable piece of thing right there.
of thing. Yeah. It's like not too bad. Uh, but yeah, this man haunts me. I always know when he's gonna hit a home run. Like I just know when he's gonna. It's like Mike Trout. Like I know when Mike Trout's gonna hit two home runs against the Rays every series he plays against the Rays. It's gonna be two. And if you're in the second game or the third game and they haven't come yet, they're coming. Just know. But yeah, that's the same thing with Aaron Judge. Like when he had that bottom of the ninth or that top of the ninth fucking at bat, and there was a kid next to me who was like, "Get him out, strike him out," and I was like, "Oh, it's over. It's over. This kid's gonna see that ball go to the moon." But yeah,
Gonna be
great
brutal.
series, great series from the Rays, great series.
Yeah. So we have all that stuff going on. Rays looked solid against the Yankees. Rays looked solid against the White Sox, and I understand that like the White Sox one is not at nearly as important, but like for us, knowing how bad that the Rays have been in Chicago, that's a big
Yeah,
series win.
yeah. This isn't the 22 and whatever White Sox. This is like the 55 and something White Sox. So like it should have gone the same way it did last time, but it didn't, you know. So I appreciate, yeah. I liked sweeping the White Sox because we never do good there, and it felt good to just fucking do what we should have done years ago when they swept us when they were the worst team in baseball. That still makes me mad to this day, Alex. I keep saying, but yeah,
Hey,
to this day.
I mean, it's wild, but yeah, I mean, I can't I'm trying to think the right way to say it. But like genuinely, I thought that they were going to lose a game in that series. I thought it was almost a guarantee that they were going to lose a game in that series, and they
Yeah,
did it. So kudos to the Rays for finding a way to not lose a game in that series.
yeah,
I
playing
also thought that Brandon Lau was
unethical
going to
ball,
tear.
but I love it.
I also thought the Rays were going to get terrorized by Brandon Lau. Not so much. I
Yeah,
don't. He didn't like. He wasn't neutralized, but he was certainly not as productive as I thought he was going to
yeah,
be. I
he had
thought he was
like
going to
one
hit at least.
double.
Yeah, I thought he was going to hit a couple homers, maybe like two. Didn't hit that. So good on the Rays for that, but they weren't able to take care of the other guys in the lineup. Bullpen looked
Maybe he still
shaky.
loves us,
Who?
Brandon. Maybe he still loves us secretly.
Maybe. And also Jake Mangum doing some cool things for the kiddos.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
that
yeah,
that was
it's
really what hurt me is that I miss Jake fucking Mangum, dude.
he's a really nice guy. I'm
Oh
still very happy that we got him on the pod a couple times. And maybe we'll get him on the
yeah,
pod coming up. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure I know that he still has love for the
he's got
Rays
he's got love.
and for the organization. I mean, they're the team that gave him his shot in the big league. So I'm sure that he's never going to forget the Rays. But yeah, in the grand scheme of things, it was it's been a good 9 games. The Rays have established themselves as a team that could do something in the American League. I think this series against the Pirates brought them closer back to earth. Um, so we'll see what happens. I'm not going to get too high or too low. I was very encouraged by what I saw during the 6 game winning streak, and then saw a couple of cracks in it, in the foundation during the Pirate series. So it'll all things will come to fruition upcoming, I'm sure. And again, it's only April, so let's not try to overanalyze things. Let's say the Rays do have a series coming up. They have a homestand coming up. It's just the Reds and Twins, right? Those are the two teams coming up.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
So we got a couple of things, couple of series coming up for the Rays starting tonight at the Trop. Gibby, what are the pitching matchups for this series against the Reds if you have them
That's
up?
right. I gotta do it because Heaven isn't here.
Yeah, and it's just a 6 game homestand, so three against the Reds today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. Off day on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, weekend series against the Twins, and then the Rays go back on the road for a short 3 game set.
Yeah. Oh shit. Why won't it just give
Do
me?
you not have the matchups up?
No, I do. I have today. Dude, we still don't have somebody. It says TBD for our guy. I guess today, Rhett Lauder versus TBD, my favorite Tampa Bay Rays, Tampa Bay dad. I don't know. Something
Tampa
like that.
Bay determined.
Tampa Bay determined.
That's what it is. We nailed it, guys. We did it, boys.
Wait.
Tampa Bay. I'm gonna go look and see if Ryan or anyone tweeted anything out about who's set to pitch today, or if Topkins set it out. I do. Do you have the rest of the matchups up?
Yeah, let me go. I'll just go day by day. Rhett Lauder versus Tampa Bay determined. And then tomorrow, today's April 20th, by the way. Happy whatever day to those who celebrate that, you do what you need to do today. Uh and then, on the 21st, when the smoke clears, it's Chase Burns versus Steven Matz. Matz 3-0 still. 3-0. He's been dealing, so I'm liking Matt so far. So Chase Burns having a great season so far too. It's just the Reds aren't playing that good for him. I mean, he's got a 2.42 ERA. Uh, he's I mean that's pretty solid start from Chase Burns. And then last day you got our boy Nick Martinez versus Brandon Williamson. Brandon Williamson, he's all right. He's on the Reds though. So uh,
The
we'll
Reds are
see
a
how
good
this
team
goes.
this year, though. They're 14
Yeah,
and 8 right now.
yeah, they've been pretty solid. Uh, Finally something turning around for Cincinnati. So this is a huge series, from the Rays.
Yeah, this is a big series. Now, I believe that today's starter could be Drew Rasmussen because he's back. Um,
True.
I believe that it could be. I don't know the last time that Rasmussen pitched, um, unless he pitched on Sunday or Saturday. If he pitched on Saturday against Skeens, then just completely forget what I just said because I'm almost positive that he did. I can go check.
Yeah,
Uh,
I have no
yeah,
idea.
it's TBD as well on ESPN. I
Bring back
think he
Joe
actually did
Boyle.
pitch on Saturday, so I might have just yeah, no, he pitched on Saturday, so I don't know what the hell I was talking about. Yeah, I don't know who it would be because Boyle's out,
Yeah.
and Seymour just pitched yesterday, so I don't know, like they wouldn't have him in some sort of a spot start. So I don't know who exactly it would be. Um,
And Englert's not gonna be. I mean, that's a
yeah,
guy
it
they've
might
been
just be
going.
a bullpen day.
Yeah.
In all reality, it's probably just a bullpen day for anyone who's available because I can't think like off the rip of someone unless they brought someone up, but I haven't heard any announcement of anyone being brought up. So, oh, here we go. They haven't announced the starter yet for tonight. Jesse Schultens, who was available in relief Saturday and Sunday, but not used, is lined up to either start or cover bulk innings behind an opener. So it looks like Schultens is going to be that guy again. He's actually been really solid.
He's been solid.
Um, in his role. So, I mean, that works for me.
I was
But
trying to
again, when you
remember his
have,
name. I was literally thinking of him. I was trying to
yeah,
remember his name. Like, who's that guy who dealt behind?
yeah, but I mean, when you have as many guys on the IL already for starting pitching that the Rays have, I get it that you need to find a way to have someone get bulk innings. And
Yeah, we
I
got.
mean, he threw like 4 1/3 in his first outing, and then he threw
Yeah,
5 in his last outing. So he's fine. If the Rays want to use him as someone to get bulk innings, then like, sure, just find a way to get 5 to 6 innings out of someone if you can to start out and then go from there.
yeah. I mean, he's been impressive. So
Yeah.
I like to see it.
Quickly, your keys to this series. Um,
Uh,
what are
keep
they?
keep the defense going good up. We haven't had. There's been less errors than what we're average for. So I think we're still like really up there with the errors. The amount of errors we had in like the first week, still kind of killing us there. But I we've kind of smoothed out the defense, so keep that going. Uh, and just get the bats. I need a junior home run. I need two of them
We
actually.
got one at
I
the end
I,
of this
I
most
know we got
recent
one.
series.
Yeah, we got one.
And we got one in the ninth in that White Sox game when
That
the
yeah,
Rays
that
came
was
back.
huge. That was huge
That was a
too.
massive homer from
So
Junior there.
Junior's power has been coming back. Well, it never really went anywhere. It's just he's been kind of unlucky, uh, low key with the home run pitch. Uh, so yeah, keep going that. You know, Junior home run. He's also my pickup player,
I mean, that's a good pickup player to have.
and Nick Martinez is my pitcher.
I like it. All right, on my end, my pickup player, I'm gonna go. Well, keys to the series: contain Ellie Cruz as best as you can,
Yep,
and find a way to get to the Reds pitching early. I
yep.
know that there's some fireballers in that rotation, so just find a way to get to them early. And then my pickup player, I am. Who I want to do? I'll do Ben Williamson. I still want to see him hit a homer. Hasn't hit a homer yet this year, so would love to see that. And then I know that he just pitched a little bit over the weekend, but Yoendrys Gomez. Would love to see some good work out of him because the Rays are going to need the bullpen somehow. So
Please.
yeah. So with that being said, that is going to conclude things on this latest episode of Raise the Roof. We appreciate you guys as always for your support and everything that you have going on for us. Again, 10,000 followers on Twitter. We're going to hit 4,000 followers on Instagram coming up soon. So we really, really, really appreciate the support that you guys have given us. If you guys don't follow us on social media, it's at Raise the Roof TB on Twitter/X, Instagram, Blue Sky. Our YouTube channel is Raise the Roof. Be sure to follow us there and subscribe. Turn on those post notifications when new uploads happen because we're going to be trying to upload as much as possible. Our podcast. Continue to support us as you guys have been. Be sure to like, share, leave us a review, hopefully a 5-star review, and let your family, your friends, anyone you know who's a baseball fan or a race fan know about what we got going on because we love to have y'all as part of or we'd love to be part of your podcast feed. Hey, shout out to our sponsors, SeatGeek and The Clutch and JKS Prints. Be sure to use those code Raise the Roof, RAYS, the roof in all caps at checkout. Save yourself some money. Get yourself some tickets, some Trop merch, some mini Trops, all that good stuff, and help us out in the process. What? Oh,
All
so
right.
with all that being said, thanks so much for listening, and as always, raise up.
Raise up, baby.